Tonight on Newsbeat, a self-defense class for women is aiming to make LSU just a little bit safer. We have the details.
Gas prices are on the rise in Louisiana. Find out what LSU students are saying about the extra dollars and cents.
And it's opera night at LSU. We shed light on the little program that's making some big noise.
All of this and more. Newsbeat starts right now. Well, hello and welcome back to Newsbeat. I'm Larissa Bonaquisti.
And I'm Trey Cuvion. Thanks for joining us. We have some breaking news. Tailgating at Greek houses is no longer allowed on LSU's campus. Director of Greek Life, Angela Guillory, says that Lofton Security will no longer provide security for tailgates at the Greek houses.
She added that no other company will do it, and without security, tailgating will be prohibited for the rest of the 2018 football season. The university is discussing options for tailgating and will reveal a new plan for it in a few days. We will keep you updated as the story develops. Well, the LSU community continues to mourn the death of basketball player Wade Sims. Tonight, many will gather and remember the athlete who was shot and killed Friday night. Brittany LaFaso is in studio with new details on his death. Brittany?
Thanks, guys. Tonight on LSU's campus, there will be a candlelight vigil for basketball player Wade Sims, who again was fatally shot early Friday morning. The shooting happened on Harding Drive near a Subway restaurant just outside Southern University's campus, where amateur video shows Wade and several others arguing. Some social media posts placed Sims at the Southern University fraternity party just prior to the shooting. However, Arlisha Washington, who was at that party, tells Tiger TV she did not see him there. The crime scene is steps away from the fraternity house where the party was going on, and Washington says she found out about the shooting as she was leaving.
As I was leaving the party, I was with my friends. My friend was like, they say somebody got shot at Subway. I was like, huh, who got shot? When this happened? I didn't hear gunshots. And she was like, somebody named Wade got shot. I was like, oh my gosh.
Southern University Police Chief said that the case is still under investigation and cannot give any more details at the current time. Meanwhile, the candlelight vigil tonight will be at 8 o'clock at the PMAC. Sims' funeral will be held on Saturday at Healing Place Church on Highland Road.
Thanks, Brittany. There's a self-defense class being taught on the university's campus, but it's not your typical biology or geography course. It's teaching women valuable self-defense and, more importantly, confidence.
I was surprised about the things that I can do.
Less than 48 hours ago, Jasmine Edmondson wasn't too sure what she was getting into.
I've always wanted to take a self-defense class just because I think it's pretty cool.
3 days of classes, a total of 12 hours, dedicated to working on personal safety.
It's not based on just power and strength. It's based a lot on risk awareness, risk reduction. RADS is an international organization. This is a class that is based on true self-defense, not necessarily on martial arts.
The first 2 days learning and developing basic skills, but on the final day it's putting on the gloves
This feels so weird.
and pushing aside some self-doubt to put their skills to the test.
Getting out of your comfort zone, pushing beyond your boundaries that you think that you are only confined to. Look at me. I'm not a person that looks like I'm ready to fight. I don't box or anything. I'm not athletic.
But it's a lot more than learning some punches and kicks for Edmondson.
You get to learn something new about yourself. You get to build your confidence, which I think is very important in any situation.
For Kathy Saychuk, who runs the program at LSU, she says the biggest takeaway from the class is confidence.
Seeing these young ladies go from where they were on Friday night to where they are during simulation in just a very short period of time. And it's pretty amazing sometimes to see that growth and that change and just their whole persona and their attitude about what they can do and what they can't do.
If you want more information when the next RAD classes are available, please visit the Student Health Center's website.
As crude oil hits 4-year high, gas prices across the country are climbing.
But Baton Rouge residents don't seem to be feeling the effects. After Brent crude prices reached over $85 a barrel today, the average price of gas in 10 states is topping $3 a gallon. That number is only growing while the average price of gas nationwide is $2.89, a pump price not seen at that level since mid-July. Baton Rouge is lucky enough to only be at $2.57 a gallon.
However, around LSU's campus, gas prices are even lower, averaging $2.42. LSU freshman Lily Claire Robbins, along with others, are nervous about these rising prices hitting Louisiana.
I'm from Western Louisiana, and if gas prices continue to rise, I will not be able to go home as much as I would like because it does take a take and a half to go there and back every weekend.
Well, as of right now, Louisiana stands firm in the middle of the pack on gas prices across the country, and if that changes, Tiger TV will keep you updated. Now we have Rachel Handley in the studio with more on an unsung class on campus. Rachel.
Thanks, guys. Now, when you're deciding what to do on a Saturday night, going to the opera might not exactly come to mind. But LSU actually has a nationally recognized opera program, and they're getting ready for a show right now that they think you might enjoy. LSU Opera is rehearsing for its first show of the semester, which will also be their first one sung entirely in Russian.
The music's gorgeous. It's Tchaikovsky, and if you know the Nutcracker and you know all of those things, Sleeping Beauty, that's the kind of music you're going to hear.
It's one of my favorite pieces. It sort of re-inspired me to love opera.
The opera is called Eugene Onegin, and it tells the story of a Russian man in the 1820s who casually rejects a girl who loves him, kills his best friend in a duel, then realizes the mistakes he's made a little too late.
We can all relate to having to a girl loving a guy who's a jerk, and then that jerk later realizing that he is a jerk and he regrets everything he does, and then he wants to go back and have this girl, but too late, she's taken.
LSU Opera has plenty of fans in the community, including two who just donated $4 million to the School of Music. But the program isn't exactly well known among the student body, and music director Michael Borowitz thinks that opera is more approachable than students might believe.
Most people, when they think of opera, they think of people just, shouting at the top of their lungs and not knowing what anything's about. I say, just come on and witness it once in your life. You might just be surprised.
Eugene Onegin will open on October 25th and run for 4 days. The cast and crew seem to believe that it might turn your idea of what opera is upside down. Ticket information for the show is available on the College of Music and Dramatic Arts website. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Rachel. Coming up, Kanye is facing backlash after the rapper made some fiery comments on Saturday Night Live.
Find out what he said and more when we come back.
Time to show who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Didn't even get to cross.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good.
I'm Fallon Brown here with your weekly entertainment update.
In album release news, Lil Wayne sent fans into a frenzy last weekend with the release of his highly anticipated Carter 5, which is his first album in 3 years. Billboard magazine says the album is set to debut at #1, making it his 4th official album on the Billboard 200. He is also projected to have the 3rd largest streaming week ever, only behind Drake and Post Malone. But honestly, Weezy invented Drake, so he's like #1 and #3. In other music news, a new feud is emerging. Yesterday, Lana Del Rey condemned Kanye West for his unwavering support of Donald Trump in a classy, well-written Instagram comment. Not only did she call his support of Trump a loss for the culture, but she also called him delusional, sexist, a narcissist, and suggested that he needed therapy in the most eloquent way possible. This comment is just one of the examples of the backlash West has received after the unscripted, pro-Trump rant that he went on during Saturday Night Live last weekend. He announced his run for presidency in 2020 and shortly after tweeted about abolishing the 13th Amendment. Do you know what the 13th Amendment is, Kanye? If you don't, you might want to Google it. President Donald Trump later took to Twitter to say that Kanye was great and leading the change. Cardi B was seen smiling while leaving a police station after turning herself in Monday morning. The singer has since been charged with 2 misdemeanors, assault and reckless endangerment, after ordering an attack on 2 bartenders at a nightclub in Queens on August 29th. The altercation allegedly began after Cardi confronted the bartenders after having an affair with Offset. With all of these fights she's been getting into lately, I think it's safe to say that Cardi is definitely not living her best life. And is Vine still dead? Reporter Elise Girdwood sent out to ask students to finish that Vine. Let's take a look.
Stop. I could have dropped my song. Mother trucker, dude, that hurt like a mother road work ahead. Yeah.
I sure hope it does.
Thank you. Stop. I could have dropped my hot dog. Hot dog. Hurricane Katrina, more like Hurricane Tortilla. Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Chili's. Road work ahead.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Is finally giving a reason for some college students to buy an Apple Watch. Find out why students are rejoicing when we come back.
Time to show them who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to cross.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and you can keep up with more LSU Tiger TV news on our social media pages or on lsunow.com. For Tiger TV, I'm Larissa Bonaquisti.
And I'm Trey Cuvion. Thanks for joining us, and good night, Tigers.